Did Donald Trump violate the law by colluding with Russia to influence the 2016 presidential election?
I think Special Counsel Mueller found that there was insufficient evidence to establish a conspiracy between Donald Trump and the Russian campaign.
You agree with that?
I am in no position I wasn't part of that investigation. I've read the Mueller report like I presume all of you.
So there's some doubt in your mind?
Senator, I didn't say that. I just don't think that I'm in a position to opine on that when all I've done is read the Mueller report.
You just can't bring yourself to say that he didn't violate the law?
No, Senator, you're putting words in my mouth.
No, ma'am. That was a question.
I accept and trust Special Counsel Mueller in his determination that there was insufficient evidence for that. I accept that.
You don't like Donald Trump, do you?
I don't respect the manner in which he has carried out the presidency.
Okay. You despise Donald Trump, don't you?
No, I don't despise anyone, Senator.
Okay. Isn't it true that there were a handful of people at the FBI that despised Donald Trump and wanted to do everything they could do to keep him from being president?
I can't speak as to whether other people despised Donald Trump.
Were you part of that group?
No, Senator, I was not.
Isn't it true that there were a handful of people at the Department of Justice during the Obama administration that despised Donald Trump and did everything in their power to keep him from being president?
I'm not aware of anyone at the Department of Justice doing anything to try to keep Donald Trump from becoming president.
Were you part of that group?
Inconsistent.
I'm sorry. Were you part of that group?
No, and I'm not aware of anybody doing that, and that would not only surprise me but shock me.
Would it be fair to say that strike that the Steele dossier was a keystone of the Russian collusion investigation, wasn't it?
No, it was not. It was a part of the Carter Page FISA affidavit. But in fact, I think if you read the Mueller report, you'll see that the Steele dossier does not play a role at all.
So you don't think it was important? You don't think it was important to the FISA applications?
As I just said, Senator, yes, with respect to the FISA applications in Carter Page. But your question was not that. Your question was with respect to Special Counsel Mueller's investigation.
All right, fair enough. Let me be sure I understand you. Was the Steele dossier critically important to the FISA applications?
Yes, it was. There was information with respect to Carter Page.
Not to cut you off, but I've only got 5 minutes, and I think we can agree on this. The Steele dossier was junk, wasn't it?
The Steele dossier when you say junk, I don't really know how to describe that.
Well, what did you think about it? You thought it was true? You think it's true?
Senator, there's information that was in the dossier that certainly is called into question now. I haven't been at the Department of Justice.
No kidding.
May I finish my answer, please, Senator?
Sure, I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize, counsel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead. My question was, isn't it a fact that the Steele dossier is junk?
I think that there is certainly evidence now that there was not at the time that calls into question the reliability of many portions of the Steele dossier.
Okay. Did you check to see if it was junk? It was junk before you signed off on the FISA applications?
Senator, the affidavit that was provided by the FBI sets forth the factual basis, and we rely upon the FBI to be the fact finders.
So you didn't independently check?
No, Senator, I did not independently fact check, and I'm not exactly sure how I would go about doing it.
Let me be sure I understand. You signed off on 2 of the applications. You're asking for permission to surveil somebody who is close to a candidacy for the President of the United States in one instance, and in the second instance actually was the President of the United States. And you took no independent steps to see if the Steele dossier was accurate. Is that your testimony?
Senator, I'm not following your question when you talk about who
Well,
was the
let me try to be
application.
clearer. The Steele dossier was critical to at least several of the FISA applications, one of which you signed off on.
With respect to Carter Page.
Let me finish my question. You said that the Steele dossier, with hindsight, may not have been completely accurate. You're investigating a president of the United States, and you didn't check to see if it was accurate? Let me put it another way. Let's suppose my staff came to me tomorrow and said, we have evidence that Chairman Graham is colluding with China to influence the presidential election. And I say, okay, what's the basis of that?
White House.
And they say, we have a reliable source that we can trust, and we want you to call him out. And I go out and call him out with verifying the reliable source. Am I not like a rock, only dumber? Isn't that what you did?
No, that's not at all what I did, Senator. First of all, the FISA
Well,
here.
then tell me every step you took to verify the veracity of the Steele dossier, which was junk. You didn't do anything, did you? Let me ask you one last question.
If I could get a chance to answer your question.
We'll let her,
Right ahead.
yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Wait a
Go
minute,
ahead and answer.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah,
Accusations are being made.
Sure.
The
Let her
witness
answer.
should have an opportunity to
I
respond.
agree. You may respond.
Thank you very much. I think, Senator, you were implying here that this FISA application was on Donald Trump. As we all know, the FISA application was not on a candidate or president. It was on an individual who was formerly with the campaign, was not a current member of the campaign. Secondly, with respect to the process, the FISA process is such that the FBI, as I've indicated to you, is the fact finder. They have the files. They engage in what's called a Woods process, where they are required to document that every single fact in the affidavit is accurate and that they can trace it back to a specific place in the FBI files that establish that. A problem I think that the Page FISA process has revealed is that just because there is a fact in the FBI files that establishes, a document that establishes that fact, there were also inconsistent facts that apparently were not included in that affidavit. Lawyers in the National Security Division spent a lot of time working with the FBI in putting together the affidavit and the application here. But they necessarily must rely upon the FBI, who are the fact finders in this, to be certain of the accuracy. And in fact, that's exactly how a FISA application is set up. It is the FBI agent.
Mr. Chairman, I'm confused.
Listen,
Could you just tell me every step you took to verify the accuracy of the Steele dossier?
I relied upon the FBI as the fact finders here and the lawyers in the National Security Division to vet the accuracy of the FISA application. And
All
my
of them
job,
hated Trump, right?
no, Senator, they did not hate Trump.
well, if I may.
And, I have to speak up here for the career men and women of the Department of Justice. There were.
Oh, I'm not
a lot
talking
of-
about all the career men and women. I think you and your colleagues have tarnished the reputation of the FBI.
So, if I may, we'll go to the next witness.
Am I out of time, Mr. Chairman?
Barely,
Okay.
just a second.